Gauteng police launching a manhunt for at least 8 suspects involved in that disturbing incident at Zanzou nightclub. Our reporter Ofentse Setimo has been stationed there for much of the morning, and he joins us now live. Ofentse, I'm sure you might have followed the different commentary around what might have been taking place at that nightclub since these videos emerged late yesterday afternoon. What's your sense, since you've been stationed there, about whether or not there's any activity taking place inside that property?
Good morning to you, Ayanda. I actually missed the latter part of your question there, so I could not establish what you were actually saying. But what I can tell you is that, the SABC's Family Violence, Child Protection Unit and Sexual Investigations Unit has taken over this case. They mostly prioritize cases that are related to sexual violence, as you saw in the video that the patrons that were actually here in January 2023 coming to celebrate their matric results were actually forced to perform some sexual acts. They were dehumanized to a certain extent, where they're actually forced to do certain things to themselves, which I can actually not mention here on TV. But earlier on, we were actually speaking to SANCO, which is the South African National Civics Organization here in Tshwane, which has actually called for the immediate shutdown of this particular club called Zanzou. As previously there has been some unpalatable incidents that have allegedly happened here. We know that I believe it was back in 2019. There was an incident here where it was reported that apparently the waiters were allegedly in cahoots with some of the people that would target ladies that are coming to socialize all by themselves, and they would actually spike their drinks, and those ladies would actually, sort of disappear for like a week or so, and they would resurface with claims that they've actually been, assaulted, or they've been sexually assaulted, rather. So it's for a long time coming where this club there's been a lot of incidents that have allegedly been happening at this club. And from what we hear from the guy who was a former bouncer, saying he has been working here for the past 7 years, is actually saying that the owners of this particular establishment are allegedly in having good relations with the powers that be, especially at the police stations in Sunnyside, Pretoria CBD, and the one in Brooklyn. Hence, when the police actually went to go check at the Brooklyn police station as to whether there had been any pending cases that had been reported of incidents that are transpiring here, they couldn't find anything that had been reported. Hence, they appealed to those that were actually victims of the dehumanizing acts that we saw on the viral video to actually come forward and open up a case so that there can be investigations that are actually unfolding. We know that a statement that was issued by the SABC this morning is saying that they are actually looking for 8 suspects who are of foreign descent, who are suspected to have actually participated in the torture that actually took place, who are actually part of the security personnel that was actually working at the club. And we know that the club issued a statement where they are saying that they have since fired the security personnel that was actually operating during the time when those acts were perpetrated against those patrons, and they are saying that they are considering opening up a legal matter against that particular security company. But when we're speaking to some of the civil society groups, they are saying that that is not enough. They are saying they want more accountability, where management itself can take some form of responsibility for what actually transpired, without actually throwing the security company under the bus as if they are the only ones who are responsible for what transpired in that incident that we saw in the video that's actually going viral, Ayanda.
Right, Ofentse Setimo, located there just outside this now notorious nightclub called Zanzou in Pretoria. For now, Ofentse, thanks very much indeed.